Lesson 7 Packing. I'm going to describe its summary in English first. The narrator decides to pack. Jerome, the narrator, felt pride on his packing. Three friends decided to go on a holiday. He offered to do packing. George and Harris, his friends, were impressed by that. They relaxed by lighting a cigar and pipe respectively that the narrator would do the packing, while the narrator had intended it otherwise. But the narrator had intended that George and Harris would pack and he would boss over them. When they relaxed, he was irritated. People's not doing anything greatly irritated him. He couldn't still sit and see others working. He would enjoy getting up and overseeing others working. He hated seeing people doing nothing when he was working. Packing done, but many things forgotten. The narrator started the packing. He had finished packing in a short time. Harris told him that he had forgotten to put the boots in. He opened the bag and packed the boots in. He was going to close it. Just then he had an idea. Had he packed his toothbrush? He had some wild memories with his toothbrush. Packing searched for toothbrush. He turned everything out, but he could not find the toothbrush. He found brushes of George and Harris more than 18 times over, but he couldn't find his own, so he put the things back one by one. Then he found the toothbrush inside a boot. He repacked the things once more. Packing done and undone, the narrator finished packing the bag. Soon George asked if the soap was in, but narrator was in anger. He won't open the bag again. However, he found that he had packed his tobacco pouch in it, so he had to reopen the bag. Then George and Harris undertook to do the rest of the packing. Things became exciting. Harris and George were not good packers. The narrator could see piles of plates, cups, kettles, cakes, tomatoes, etc. Soon, the packing became exciting. Cups were broken. Harris packed the strawberry jam on the top of a tomato and squeezed it. George walked over the butter. The narrator sat and saw them packing. This irritated George and Harris. They stopped on things. Then they didn't find what they wanted to find. They packed the pies at the bottom of the bag. They squashed them after putting heavy things on them. Excitement over packing continues. George and Harris upset everything. George trod on the butter while packing. George got the butter off his slipper. Then they tried to put it in the kettle. It won't go, and what was it wouldn't come out. They at last got it. They put it down on a chair. Harris sat on it. It stuck to him. Then they went looking for it over the room. Montmorency adds to the confusion. The dog, Montmorency, had an ambition in life. It was to get in the way and be a nuisance. He felt that his day was not wasted if he had made people mad. He had a high aim. It was to get somebody stumble over him and curse him. So Montmorency came and he sat down on the things when these were to be packed. He put his leg into the jam. He pretended the lemons were rats and put those into the hamper. Harris said that the narrator only made the dog do all that, but it was natural for a dog to do like that. They decided to sleep after packing was done. The packing was done. Harris said that he had hoped nothing would be found broken Then they decided to sleep. Harris asked the narrator if he preferred to sleep inside or outside the bed. George asked when he should wake them. They started to argue over the time. Finally, they decided to wake up at 6:30.